Sarah Sanders goes off on The View hosts. They are hypocrites. Hi, welcome to G0ES. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Also, are any of you guys on Twitter? Because none of y'all been following me. Hit me up on my Twitter page. I'm trying to get 100 followers. I really appreciate if you follow. Send me a tweet. Let's talk on Twitter. So I'm going to play this clip and I'll come back with some more.
A lot of courage there.
I definitely like coming on your show a lot better, Sean. That's for sure. And they didn't like it very much when I reminded them, as they were talking about the problems in all these major cities, who was the one that was leading those major cities. It was very interesting that the second I started naming off all of the accomplishments and all of the things that the president has done to empower the black community and help the black community, they quickly cut me off and decided it was time to move on. Let's not forget that one of the hosts of that show actually called the president a terrorist, despite the fact that over the last 4 years, this president,
I probably missed that.
G0ES.
Oh, G0ES, Behar. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Despite the fact that the president spent the last 4 years wiping the most dangerous terrorist off the face of the planet, they are the definition of hypocrisy, and they've decided that they hate this president more than they love this country, and it has never been more evident than the fact that they can't be happy about the positive things that this president has done to help all Americans, particularly black Americans across this country.
You know, I look at the enthusiasm in North Carolina tonight, and I don't see that for Joe Biden. I look at the accomplishments. They can't acknowledge a single thing Donald Trump has done well, because Biden and Obama, they didn't set record low unemployment. They didn't do opportunity zones. Joe's record on race. They left after 8 years with 13 million more Americans on food stamps, 8 million more in poverty, the lowest labor participation rate since the 70s, and then the Iranian mullah deal, 150 billion. I don't think that's a good record to run on, Sarah.
Not at all. And if you don't believe me, just listen to Joe Biden's running mate during the primary. She actually pointed out how bad Joe Biden's record was when it came to race relations during his almost 5 decades in public service. He has done nothing in almost 50 years to help black Americans. Why should we expect him to do that now? The contrast is clear, and Donald Trump needs to be reelected.
So one of the things that they brought on during this segment was about opportunity zones. And I just hate the fact when we have a current president, no matter who it is, and they compare it to the last president. It's like, can we forget the past? I mean, isn't that the viable thing we are taught in life, is never think about your past when you're trying to move forward? You know, forget the past, think about the present and the future. And I just hate, no matter what side, no matter what party, the past is always brought upon. So the opportunity zones is basically one of the cornerstones of the White House plans to combat racial inequality, and has mainly helped large real estate projects, while many low-income communities have yet to benefit, according to a new study. So opportunity zones basically is supposed to combat racial inequality. It's supposed to reduce racial inequity. But like I said, it's only benefit big real estate projects more than owned minority businesses. So this was a plan which was part of a 2017 tax cuts and have attracted over $10 billion in investments, and have taken center stage in the Washington debate over racial injustice and racial inequity. However, there was a study done by a program by the Urban Institute with a grant from J.P. Morgan Chase found that while many opportunity zones have helped some low-income community projects and have created new networks of investors and social activists, they have fallen short on their large promise. So this is just basically a tax break, according to my research. When it comes to opportunity zones, you're investing in low-income areas, but at the same time, you're only helping your pockets. The incentives were intended to foster equitable development outcomes, such as by creating quality jobs, affordable housing, community-oriented amenities like grocery stores, and have improved quality of life for low-income people. Our evidence suggests that they need to be redesigned so government dollars are allocated effectively and help project sponsors achieve those outcomes. So in reality, they really haven't done the job that they proposed to. They haven't fulfilled on a larger promise of, creating quality jobs, affordable housing, community-oriented amenities like grocery stores, and improve quality of life for low-income people. Because, you guys know, if you're from the hood, you're from the projects, 9 times out of 10, the grocery stores and, just the quality of life in the area isn't as great. And for him to even, for Trump to even suggest that this is one of his great factors for the African American community, when these people are basically saying they haven't fulfilled their larger promise, is despicable. And another thing that Sean Hannity also mentioned during this Fox segment was that Trump has built basically the lowest unemployment numbers, and he compared it to Obama, and that's proven false because Obama basically started these low unemployment numbers, and Trump has lowered it, of course, yes, but you can't take credit for something that you have 100% done. And if I'm not mistaken, due to this whole pandemic, the unemployment numbers have spiked negatively by 10%. A lot of people are still out of jobs. A lot of people, they're still trying to apply for unemployment. They're still being denied unemployment. Just recently, I know there was a segment about a lot of people in Houston, Texas being evicted because they couldn't pay their bills. And, we are in a difficult time at the moment. And, when I saw that segment, I was like, well, it was saddening because, you have a judge giving somebody that works for, local government and local state government in that area a court order to knock on 200 people's homes and tell them, hey, you have to get your stuff out. You have to do this. You have to do X, Y, and Z. It's time for you to go. And you know what? I was like, am I evil to even say that, well, these people took advantage of the unemployment checks? Because there are people that are taking advantage of these unemployment checks. And there are jobs out there that maybe not be the best jobs, but hell, I would work anywhere, legally anywhere, that would supply me an income to pay my rent. I don't care if it's a Domino's. I don't care if it's a McDonald's. I don't care if it's a Walmart. If I need what I need to get and I can't get assistance. Matter of fact, I would actually get another job before even seeking assistance, because, I have this sense of pride and also the sense of paranoia. I don't need no letters from the government saying I owe money. So me personally, I rather, find my own way out of it, rather than relying on the system, the government, for assistance, because that's just how I am as a person. So I don't know, like, dude, okay. And in regards to HBCUs, Obama did contribute money to HBCUs. I believe in 2010 was his highest numbers of contribution for HBCUs. But Trump has a higher number in regards to HBCUs. And he has donated. That's actually factual. But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, you've done some things that I'm for, but we just want civility back in this country. We want this division we don't want to be further divided. We don't, like, the man is a headache. I feel like we always have to basically acknowledge what he's done. We always have to give him credit for what he's done. And like the day before yesterday, I was watching an hour interview of Mary Trump with George Stephanopoulos on ABC News. And it was a whole hour interview. And, I sat there and I listened to her and I was just like, you know what? I kind of knew something was wrong with this man psychologically because, I'm psychological. I took some psychology courses in college. And truly, he was bullied when he was younger. And also, his grandfather, according to Mary Trump, was like a sociopath. And Trump was basically taught not to have feelings, not to have empathy for people, not to have anything that would kind of make you seem like you're a sissy. So you're supposed to be a man, that kind of thing. And he was raised that way. So obviously, there is a detrimental aspect of his childhood, which really reflects on who you are as a person. And he's doing this to be accepted. He's doing this because he wants acceptance. He loves to be affiliated with these dictators, Kim Jong Un, the Saudi Arabian government, Putin, and so many other people that aren't really aligned with empathy, which it really explains why his childhood was the way it was, which is really a reflection of who he is today. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please click subscribe and click the bell button so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Deuces! Yeah!